I am back, and nobody is here. Oh, maybe because I said I was going to do this last week and then fell asleep. Maybe everyone thinks I'm asleep again because I was tired because I just got back from Japan. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I tried to get a live stream going last week, but I guess the last remaining bits of jet lag just caught up with me. Yes. You can tell I've been to Japan. I've got a kitsune mask with me. Could be an anime villain with this. Could be like, you may call me kitsune in the brief moments that remain to you. Right, but it's obviously meant for kids, and it barely fits my face. My giant head. Anyway, hey everybody who's joining now. How's it going? How's it going? I'm back from Japan. Been back 2 weeks now. Meant to do a video after I'd been back just a week. Yeah, I tried to do one. I'd been back just a week, but fell asleep because, like I said, last lingering bits of jet lag. That's what I'll blame it on. So yeah. Oh, I'm a bit high there, so bring it down a bit. I'm not having the drunkard join me this time. This time I've got my Vaporeon with me. There's definitely my Vaporeon there. So the drunkard isn't here. Oh, now things have gone really bright. Wow, Vaporeon, you make things so much brighter. Oh, there we go. The drunkard would move my own Ditto pillow. But yeah, Ditto is a drunkard. Don't you stand up for him. No, that is the drunk. No, it's not. That's clearly Vaporeon. That's clearly nobody else. You're smaller than I remember. But yeah, no, Japan was a really fun trip. Japan was a great time. I had so much fun there. It was so heartwarming meeting my nieces. I was actually a little nervous about meeting them. I thought they weren't going to like me. And when I did meet them, my sister told me they hadn't had a good sleep the previous night, so don't be surprised if they're grumpy. She said it won't be personal, they're just grumpy. Second I spoke to them, they smiled at me. They instantly smiled at me, they instantly liked me, and I was just so heartwarmed by that. So yeah, that was great. And I did do a lot of touristy stuff as well. My hotel, I was staying in Kawamachi, was very near Gion, which is KHF confirmed good with the wee babies. Well, when they're related to me, yeah. But yeah, my hotel in Kawamachi was very close to Gion, which is Geisha Street. No, it's not the kind of street you think it is. But that was really cool getting to see that, especially at night. If you ever see Gion, see it at night. It is beautiful. Didn't see any geisha while I was there. I did see geisha in training. I did learn the name for them, and then I forgot it because I'm an idiot. But yeah, that was cool. I saw Osaka Castle. I saw Osaka in general. I didn't get to see Osaka the first time I went to Japan, but I went there. I saw Osaka Castle, which, again, you ever go to Japan, do that. It's amazing. It's just such a fascinating place. Stayed in Akihabara for 3 days, which that's where I got a bunch of stuff. You may have noticed this on my wrist. I'll go into that in a minute. Have I been to Harajuku or Shinjuku? I think I went to those last time I was in Japan. Yeah, I went to those when I went to Japan a couple of years ago when my sister was still a student. I was visiting her. What else did I do? Saw a bunch of shrines. I saw a lot of museums. It was really cool. Harajuku, yeah, I think I did that briefly the last time I was in Tokyo. I did go to Shibuya again, and I was thankful I did not die and have to play a game to get my spirit back. Oh gosh. But yeah, no, it was really good. The last day there, I went to Universal Studios Japan, which was a lot of fun. On the flight back, on my flight back, at least on my because I got how my flights went. I flew from London into Korea, got a connecting flight from Korea, South Korea, obviously, South Korea into Japan, and likewise coming back, I got the plane from Japan to South Korea, and then South Korea uh, back to England. On the flight from South Korea back to England, had the entire road to myself, completely entire road to myself. The two seats next to me not taken, which meant I could lift the armrests up and I could lie out. It was awesome. That was absolutely. That's a weird thing to harp on, but when you're a tall person on a long ass flight, that makes all the difference. So yeah, that was that was really cool. But yeah, the trip in general was just amazing. Japan is such a beautiful country. It is there's so much natural beauty to it. It's yeah, it's a really incredible country to visit. I mean, hopefully I'll visit there again some point in the future. But I'm glad I got to do it this time. Uh, I wish they could just fax me over when it was that simple. Anyway, what this is, and no, this is not the Omni Matrix or whatever the hell it's called from Ben 10. This is from the Super Sentai Ghostbusters. Oh, Ghostbusters? Go Busters! Oh, I want to see a Ghostbusters Sentai now. I want to see that. Oh my gosh, I want to see that. Oh, I'm tired. Leave me alone. Go Busters. Tokame Sentai Ghostbusters. Go Busters. I'm ending the stream. I'm ending the stream right now. I'm done. The stream is finished. Oh god, Super Sentai Ghostbusters. That'd be awesome. Go Busters. This is from. I've always wanted this morph. I know the I know the American version is out now for Power Rangers Beast Morphers, which they've added in a key feature, which I'm kind of mixed about. But I wanted this for this sheer reason.
It's morphin' time.
Let's morphing. So yeah, it actually says it's morphin' time. It's the only time Super Sentai has ever used it's morphin' time. And yes, when they were morphing, their morphing call was "Let's morphing," because that's how they think it is said in English. Like legitimately, it's not like a correct thing. The Japanese do legitimately think like when you say like, oh no, if you're going to say "Let's dance" in English, they think it's like "Let's dancing." So they think if you're going to say "Let's morph," it's "Let's morphing." I can't fault them for it. English is a complicated language. It really is. Actually, that isn't the only Sentai morpher I got. This one needs a bit of adjusting. Also got this one from the latest Sentai series, Via Soldier. This one I like because it comes with a key. And wait for it. This is really cool. Did you see that? Did you? I'm going to do that again. What does it? Night. Did you see that? That is that's so cool. That is what I will give this line credit over the Gokaiger keys because the Gokaiger keys, while cool, they didn't flip like they do in the show. But this one, insert the key. When this becomes Power Rangers, you know you want me as the Red Ranger. It's night themed. I'm an Englishman. If I can get in shape, I'll be your Red Ranger, the first ever English Red Ranger. That one annoyingly though, I can't turn off. Like there is no off button. So like if I accidentally hit this, that's going off. So I have to make sure it's away from anything that could like press that button when I have it on display. Have I heard of the YouTube channel called Nobita from Japan? It's a great channel that talks about the good and the bad and comedic parts of Japan, as well as giving good advice to people who want to go to Japan. No, that sounds interesting. So after a talk, reacting to my son shutting the stream down because I said Ghostbusters as a Sentai, which again I want to see now. It'll be awesome. Oh, yeah, don't you get cheeky now? It's not enough Ditto did that. I had a secret love of Sentai as a kid. Yeah, it's Sentai's a very very difficult thing to like when you're young, and it does have an effect on you when you're older. It's only really been recently that I've started becoming more and more comfortable with liking tokusatsu shows like Super Sentai and even like the American adaptation of Power Rangers and things like that. So yeah, I know. It's a feeling I know very well. Anyway, I should eat something. I haven't actually. I had maybe a bag of crisps before the stream started, just so I had something to eat, but that's not anything proper. So I have my standard banana. So I don't have any special Japanese foods because, well, at this point I would have eaten them anyway if I had brought anything back. Mostly because I was a girl and people, it was done to people for a girl to like it. That's ridiculous. I'll tell you, ridiculous. You like what you like. Don't worry what others say. You like what you like. In the way, at one point while I was in Japan, let me find the picture. I'm not going to show any pictures of me with the babies, by the way, because again, my sister doesn't want pictures on social media, and I completely respect that and actually agree with it. But I did show them this picture of Yuna at one point. I held my phone over the babies and said, "See this? This is your auntie Yuna." And my sister just says to me, "They look terrified." I'm just like, "That's right. You do need to be a little bit afraid when it comes to Uncle Jack, just a tiny bit." I do remember watching some Power Ranger shows. Well, then your childhood was good. Yes, I did actually say to my nieces, "That's your aunt Yuna." Have I ever seen the live action Sailor Moon? I didn't even know there was a live action Sailor Moon. I had no idea. The most experience I had with Sailor Moon when I was out there is my sister told me about a retro arcade in Osaka that she and a friend went to, and I checked it out on one day where I just wanted to take it easy. It was it's like a girly Sentai, and Luna was a plushie, not a real cat. That is awesome. But yeah, the most experience I had was in this retro arcade. Not only did they have like games that were never released outside of Japan, which was great to get to play them, and I'll come back to that in a second. They had like uncensored versions of games that were brought to the West, like the uncensored version of Final Fight, which I got to play, which was great. So I can say I've done that. But one of the games they had there was the Sailor Moon arcade game, which I played for Chibijisi's sake, to let her know that I was thinking about her. Which was actually a lot of fun. I'm gonna hold my hands up and say it. The Sailor Moon arcade game, actually a lot of fun. It was a beat 'em up. It was actually a lot of fun. Fun fact: the creator of Sailor Moon is married to the creator of Yu Yu Hakusho and Hunter x Hunter. That's awesome. That's awesome. And yet, there's never been a crossover, or has there? I don't know. But yeah, no. I got to play like the Rockman arcade game, Battle and something I think it's called, or Power Fighters. I think it's something like that. Which was fun. Got to play the original Dragon Ball Z arcade game, which was shit. I'm sorry, that was a really bad game. No idea what I was doing. I got to play some Lupin the Third shooter cabinet, which was great. If not, that's a missed opportunity there. It really is. But yeah, no, it was fun times were had. Come to think, in regards to Mega Man, have I played Battle Network or Star Force on the DS? I played Battle Network. I actually don't mind Battle Network. I think people are overly harsh on Battle Network because it's not traditional Mega Man. It's not the Mega Man you're used to, and I get that. That's scary. That's not what you grew up with, and that's scary. Even the Zero series was a return to form, especially in difficulty. But I think, like, if you forget everything you know about Mega Man, it's actually a fun, like, yeah, it's kind of a Pokemon clone, but it's but I actually think it's a lot of fun. The first one isn't that good. I will hold my hands up and say it. Welcome back. Oh, thank you very much, Anime Heat. I will hold my hands up and say the first Battle Network isn't that good. I will say that outright. It's not that good. Hadn't been perfected yet, and for a lot of people that probably was the introduction, and it's not the best introduction. The sequels do improve it, guys. Like, they really do. But I never played Star Force though. I think I was at that age where I had to. With Star Force, I was at that age where I had to kind of give in to the peer pressure and be all like, yeah, that's the kiddie stuff. That kind of mindset. So I kind of missed out on Star Force, although I've heard mixed things about it. So who knows? Maybe if I'm at a retro games market, which I think there's one just after my birthday coming up, maybe I'll find cartridges there and give it a try. By the way, what I said about showing my nieces the picture of their stuff was all about the one place not corrupted by capitalism, space. M wave spectrum and Cinderella's. Sounds shit. I'm joking. Anyway, when I showed my nieces the picture of their auntie Una, be glad I showed them Una and not their who could be their other aunt. I don't know if anyone saw on Instagram, but right, I played a couple of UFO catchers, as you may well know from a video I uploaded to this channel, which had terrible audio. I'm sorry. I edited it all on my phone. I'm sorry. But anyway, I was playing UFO catchers, and I did post a video about this on Instagram. I was crap at them because a lot of them are rigged. But the only one I won the first time on, which I was only playing as a laugh, I only thought, oh, let's just do it, just because to say I tried. The only one I won on the first try, the easiest one I ever got, was this darkness flush, and I'm just like, it's fucking destiny, isn't it? It's freaking destiny. The one I win instantly on was this little flash of darkness. People are complaining about the new Pokemon games, mostly the lack of national decks. Yeah, and I'm so sick of that. People saying Sword and Shield is going to be the worst thing ever, nitpicking every tiny little thing that could be even the smallest bit wrong in the trailers, just because there's no national decks. That is what you're really upset about. I mean, I'm upset. I'm disappointed by it, but not to the point I'm going to boycott the game. Anyway, I should eat more. It's just a standard all-day breakfast sandwich day. I thought I'd go back to the classics. To kick things off again, I'm still buying Shield because it's Pokemon. I've been playing the game since I was 8 years old, and that's the thing. These people are like, "Oh, it's going to be the worst game ever." You're still going to buy it. They're still going to freaking buy it. And then they go say, "Oh, it's so bad. Oh, they could have done this. They could have done that. They could have done the other." It's like, get over the fact that there's no national decks. I don't know. The games could come out and be rubbish. I could be completely wrong. I'll admit that. They could come out and be the worst games ever. And if that were the case, I'd feel bad for being from the Galar region. But you shut up back there about all the new Pokemon. You're as bad as Ditto. Anyway, I'm trying to think of more I can talk about Japan. Oh, I did go to the Moomin Cafe. I did do that, and that was a little bit awkward, but it was good. The reason it was a little bit awkward, that was a little bit awkward because I went in there and I knew what the process was. I knew if you were alone, they have a character sit with you. There were a couple of people there who did have characters with them, and so I sit down. I'm looking through the menu with my my translator app on my phone because it was all in Japanese. So I'm looking through it, and I'm thinking, come on, notice I'm here on my own. Notice I'm lonely. No, I really wanted to have one of the plushies sit with me, but nobody was doing it. And I feel a bit awkward, like this gaijin man who just came in on his own, like asking to sit with a plush toy. I thought that would be kind of awkward. So I didn't want to say anything. But eventually, somebody did notice I was looking around a lot at the plushies, and as if he read my mind, he brought over a Snufkin plushie, which was great because Snufkin has always been my favorite character. Because I always, to be perfectly honest, I always envied his lifestyle, like the vagabond lifestyle. But I always thought he was a cool character, so that was cool. I got to sit and eat with Snufkin, and I'm pretty certain I depressed him. I'm pretty certain I I'm pretty certain unloading my life story to him depressed a plush toy. So mission accomplished there. Too bad I didn't get to the Pokemon Cafe. I didn't get to the Pokemon Cafe, but I did get to the Pokemon Center in Japan. And now they've opened one in London, now that I've come back. But I went to the OG one. I went to both the Kyoto and Tokyo ones. I went to the OG Pokemon Centers. Posers. As far as the food went, Moomin Cafe, it was really good. It was really good. I'm trying to see if I can find a picture of the meal I had. Oh, that was a different. Yeah, it was like it was like. Oh, let me take my charger out. That might help. Yeah, it was like this. Don't know if you can really see it. But they had like this rice in the shape of Moomin Troll, like, and these meatball things and side salad. It was really nice. Also got this was like was like an apple soda thing. It wasn't melon, it was apple. It was really nice. So that was. KHF, I've officially discovered the best feeling in the world: cutting up wood and being covered in sawdust. Okay. That wasn't the only cafe I went to. It wasn't the only themed cafe I went to. Oh, and that's me with Snufkin. That's me with Snufkin. I'm just like, bro. I get you. I get you. Oh, and I didn't upload this anywhere, but I had to take a picture. Oh, you can't really see it. I'm wearing my. Oh, you can't see it in the light. Oh, no, it's gone bright. I was basically wearing my Cubase t-shirt. There we go. My Cubase shirt. There was a Cubase sign outside a casino. It was like Madoka themed. Nakia bar, and I'm like, hey, I know that guy. He's the guy on my shirt. Yeah, that wasn't the only themed cafe I did. I also went to the Square Enix cafe, which is where I got these bring art figures of Zidane and Garnet from Final Fantasy IX, which, as you know, if you know me, you know that's my favorite Final Fantasy, and I'm glad it's getting some love. This was something I got at the Square Enix cafe, which was great. And then literally every other shop I went into after that had these for cheaper than the cafe did. And and I felt like a jackass. But whatever. It's a memento from my time in the cafe. There's one bit of advice I'll give you if you go to Akihabara: shop around, because you might find some bargains somewhere. But the Square Enix cafe was awesome, but like it was surprisingly lacked of Final Fantasy stuff there. Because everything there was Dragon Quest themed, because obviously they've got Dragon's Quest 11S coming out for the Switch, and obviously, you know, all the advertising is going to be about Dragon's Quest 11. So while I was there, I was just thinking, like, looking at all the Dragon's Quest stuff, and I was like, I can't help but think they want me to buy something, but I can't put my finger on what. I don't have a lot of experience with Dragon Quest, but who knows? I might give that game a try. Might be a good chance to finally acquaint myself with that series. And somebody, and he did comment on this in the comment section. I did go to a. Oh, it's going bright again. You can't see it. Hold on, I'll get the genuine article. That is an actual photo. Hold on. Hold on. Go get it. You shut up, Vaporeon. Who is definitely a Vaporeon and not anything else. Oh crap, so many wires. Right. I did go to a maid cafe. And it's not sleazy. It's not what you think. It's not what you think. It's more about being cute. But yes, I did go to a maid cafe because not for any perfect reasons. I was just thinking, you know what? When in Rome, you know they have an English menu, so you know what? When in Rome, what wires? Oh, you're talking about my bracelets? Oh, my sister and her partner got me these actually from a holiday they took just before I went to Japan. Don't go to a Cinderella cafe. Why would I go there? So this is the passport that I got at the that I got at the maid cafe. This is my special magical passport that will get me back in if I want to go back. So it says all kinds of information of like I don't know, things you can do afterwards. Like I think there's a website for them on your phone. You can vote for your favorite maid. And where is it? So this is my memento, my time at Maid Cafe. They do let you have your picture taken with one of the maids. You pick your favorite maid and you have your photo taken. So but again, it's not pervy. It's not. It's actually. I mean, I'm sure there were a couple of perverts in there, but it's actually, you know, it's more about the cutesiness. And like they were telling me, like before I have my food, I have to do a magical chant, moe moe q q, and that will make the food really good. And I did it. I did it now, didn't I? I blinked and did it because again, when in Rome, like getting you know, when in Rome, you know, I don't find his Ditto-like face a bit suspicious. What Ditto-like face? That's a normal Vaporeon. I don't know what you're talking about. They used underwear vending machines apparently in Skivvy Alleys in Akihabara. They aren't. That's a lie. That is a lie. That has been. They did used to have those in Japan, and yeah, that is disturbing. They did used to have that, but they have been illegal in Japan for years now. They're actually illegal now. The rumor that they are still about is kept about to keep tourism interest. I'm dead serious about that. I'm dead serious about that. Like the rumor that they still have those is is to keep tourists interested, but no, they're illegal. Like even in alleys, they're not there. They're just regular vending machines. So yeah, that is not a thing. You have been lied to. My opponent is a liar, and you can't trust anything he says. Anyway, I'd go to the Pokemon Cafe. Yeah, I did go to where the Pokemon Cafe was, like the Tokyo Pokemon Center. That's where that has the Pokemon Cafe. I didn't get in though because there was like a 30-minute wait for it because it was so packed, and I thought I can't. Oh. Was there a Kirby Cafe? That's awesome. Although I've never really been a big Kirby person. Not that I dislike the games, I've just never got around to playing them. I probably should someday. But yeah, Moving Cafe, awesome. Square Enix Cafe, really good. Maid Cafe, a lot of fun, a good laugh. It is just all about having fun there. It's not sleazy in the slightest. It's just about being cute. I mean, they ask that you don't take pictures of their staff for obvious reasons, and actually, I completely understand that. But yeah, it was just a lot of fun. There's a maid cafe that's more based around the Victorian era called Cure. Oddly, it was the first Japanese maid cafe. That's interesting. Highly recommend Kirby. The genuinely fun games. Well, I've got the NES emulator and SNES emulator things on my Switch, so maybe I'll give those games a try. You know, the ones you get when you sign up to Nintendo Online. Nintendo will never charge for online. Oh wait, we're going to charge for online. I did manage to catch my favorite Pokemon in the Pokemon Center, Bippin. I mean, Ampharos. Ampharos is actually my favorite Pokemon of all time because I've raised Amphoroses in the game before, and if you raise an Ampharos right, they can be serious like contenders like in the Pokemon game. I don't know how good they are on competitive. I don't play competitive. I can't be bothered with EV or IV and all that, as in EV, the letters EV, not the Pokemon, because you know about that I wouldn't have him. But I'm not interested in any of that because to me that's just a load of unnecessary work. But like in the game, if you level up an Ampharos properly, Ampharos can be really good. Can't you Bippin? If anyone gets one calling him Bippin, you're awesome. You know, you have got just as bad a mouth as Ditto does. You know, bad boy, bad. What? What the? It was you all along. It was him all along. You little slimy. What did you do with Vaporeon then? That's blinking dark. You're not going to tell me where you buried him. All right. I hope you left him enough air. Will I go to Build-A-Bear for Pokemon plushies? I would if it weren't so expensive. Actually, is it? I've never actually been to Build-A-Bear before. Trying to think of any other stories I might have from Japan. There was a point. There was a point when I was going on the train to meet with my sister. I got on the train. A woman on the train, a Japanese woman, saw I was foreign, and then immediately went into the next carriage. Charming, really lovely woman. But That's something I find that is a humbling experience about going to Japan. Is getting to experience what it's like being the racial minority. Like, it gives you a better understanding of what racial minorities like go through in the rest of the world. It's a really humbling experience. Granted, it wasn't as big a deal this time as it was the last time I went, because, like I say, I was staying mainly in Kawamachi, which has a lot of tourists staying in it. Like, it's a big touristy area, so there's a lot of gaijin about. And also, the Rugby World Cup was on, so there were plenty of foreigners visiting. So I didn't stand out that much from the crowd. Whereas the first time I stayed in mainly Nagoya, which doesn't really they don't really tend to have a lot of foreigners around there, so I was stared at a lot more when I was there. Uh, you know what? I need something to wash this down. Where did I put my drinks? That's not it. Oh, got a nice shot of nice shot of my coach. No, you can't have any. You've had enough to drink. You were disguising yourself as Vaporeon. See, look, you've had too much. Had too much. You got drunk and you turned into a Vaporeon. Good. Oh. Trying to think of what else I did while I was in Japan. Let me search through my pictures so we can find any other interesting stories. Sorry, most of them are pictures of the babies. Oh, I did do the Kyoto Samurai and Ninja Museum, which was awesome. I did post pictures about this on Instagram, but I did get to be a samurai. I did get to dress up like a samurai. Well, not a real samurai, obviously. It was only play armor. But yeah, I did get to dress up like a samurai, and it was really interesting actually. It's a really cool place, and like because they get a lot of tourists, a large not a large number of their staff either speak English or are gaikakajin, who are gaijin who work in Japan. So I want to know how KHF depressed the Snufkin toy. Did he tell him about the concept of existential crises? No, I just explained my life to him, and that was depressing enough. But yeah, no, Samurai Ninja Museum, really, really cool. Got to do actual ninja training, which was throwing shuriken and blowing darts at a target board. And I managed to nail a freaking bullseye. Like, you can't really see it. There it is. I managed to nail the freaking bullseye. I am a skilled ninja now. I am a one of my thoughts on Afro Samurai. I've never seen it. I know I suck. I know the dub has Samuel L. Jackson in, which is awesome. But anyway, so I am a trained ninja now. And what was a shame is they didn't teach us how to do the Naruto run. I mean, like, how am I gonna raid Area 51 if I don't know how to Naruto run? You know, it helps. It's enough to outrun bullets. Oh, hey, GBGC is here! Yay! I was going to say, but yeah, no, Samurai Museum, that is a definite must if you ever go to Japan. Go to the Kyoto Samurai Ninja Museum. It's really fascinating, like hearing about the history and the host book at KHF for mentioning the Naruto run. I've got another story about that I'll come back to in a minute. But yeah, hearing about the history and the beliefs of samurai and like the code of honor that they followed, and learning about ninjas and things like that, like hearing how Hollywood have actually distorted our view of ninjas, like, you know, the black outfits, sneaking around and all that. Actually, if ninjas wanted to sneak into a place, they'd just dress as farmers, and because ninjas were originally farmers, you know, they dress in farmers, and that'll be how they get into a place, hide in plain sight. So that was interesting. And before anyone corrects me, I do realize I'm oversimplifying it. I know there is more to it than that. I'm just giving an example of like the sort of things we learned. Um, there was there's also a like board on there talking about samurai from around the world, not just in Japan. And like it mentioned that one of the earliest foreign samurai, yes, there were foreign samurai, was an Englishman called William Adams. Um, he was the first Englishman to reach Japan and was, long story short, was officially recognized as an official samurai. He had two katana to his name. I don't know that he ever fought in any battles. I don't think he did, but he was trained and recognized as a samurai. So that was cool. Uh, oh, and I did go to the Kyoto International Manga Museum, which was good. Don't get me wrong, that was good. That was fascinating in the history of manga, the influences behind it, um, how how certain styles came to be developed and stuff. It was cool, and I don't have a picture of this. What I'm about to say that upset me, but there was one section that did upset me. We weren't allowed to take pictures in there for copyright reasons, um, but I think that did upset me was that they had an entire section dedicated to her. I did that because I don't want to actually crush my phone. Um, so that didn't help me. I just stood there thinking, I'm not your puppet, not anymore. It's not fun when you see your ex-waifu. No Godzilla attacks, thank God. Yeah, I was really disappointed by that. I did not see a single kaiju or giant robot there. That was really disappointing. I was really hoping. Oh, I guess they all went on holiday because of the Rugby World Cup. I guess the Japanese government just said, "Can you guys just take a vacation because we've got the Rugby World Cup happening and don't want to scare off the tourists." Moving Cafe is actually really close to Tokyo Dome. So I got to see the outside of Tokyo Dome, which was great. There was actually a baseball game going on there, like when I was about there. So I got to see all the baseball fans like lining up and stuff. That was really cool. Because I know they love baseball in Japan. So, um, by the way, KH, I've got a serious question for you. What should you do when you have merch from a company you hate? Do you mean now hate, or no you hate them? Like beanies, posters, and T-shirts. That's entirely up to you. I think it's entirely up to you what you do. You either, um, I think you can either sell them if you want, because if you don't like them and don't want them anymore, I'm sure somebody does. You can sell them, or you can, I know, learn to learn to accept the fact that that was part of your past, which I know I need to do with certain franchises. I think it's entirely up to you. Other Japanese stories. What was the name of that? Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, I love the Japanese arcade game Star Wing Paradox. That was a lot of fun. Couldn't understand a word of what was being said in it, but it was a lot of fun. It's basically you sit in this chair and you have these joysticks and these pedals. Basically, as you move the joysticks and stuff, the chair moves around, and it's like you're piloting a giant mech, basically, and it's like you're actually piloting the mech. So you're actually piloting a Gundam, basically. It was so much fun. Again, I had no idea what was being said, but it was easy to pick up and figure out what I was meant to do. And like you get to customize your robot and stuff. It was so much fun. It was so cool. I played that so much while I was there. Star Wing Paradox, man, it's awesome. Uh, I also got to play the arcade version of Dissidia Final Fantasy NT. You know, the PS4 game that was originally an arcade game. I um, I got to play the original arcade game, so um, so that was cool. That was cool. Um, that was a lot of fun, even though I barely ever won on it. No matter who I picked, people would kick my ass, and I'd be all like, "That little punk." I did win a couple of rounds, but obviously the people who play it regularly are going to kick my ass because they're professional players at it. But now I kind of want to get really good at the PS4 game and go back there and be like, right, it's payback time. Oh yeah, and I did say I had a story involving the Naruto run. Well, like I said, on my last day there, I went to Universal Studios Japan, which is great. By the way, if you ever go there, go on if you ever go there, it's so much fun, like going on like the Spider-Man ride or the Despicable Me ride, and just hearing them completely dubbed in Japanese. Some of them they do put English subtitles on because they know tourists will be there, but it's so much fun, like hearing the Japanese dubcast of like Despicable Me and stuff. Anyway, while I was there, I they had some special attractions up for Halloween because October, it's Halloween time. One of them, don't know if you can see it. It was called Area 51. They had an attraction called Area 51. It's an attraction where you have to try and escape Area 51 while an alien outbreak happens. That's what I could gather, at least. It was all in Japanese. So, like the narrative, I had no idea what was going on. I just knew we had to navigate these mazes while people dressed as aliens would jump out at us and stuff. Guess what I did through part of it? I did it. I wish I'd got video of myself doing it, but when we were leaving one area and getting to the next, I did the Naruto run. I wish I'd filmed myself doing it. Which I filmed myself doing. I put my arms out behind my back. And I just did the Naruto run, and and people were just having a laugh at it. Mostly other tourists like me, but like they were they were like, "Oh, you're doing the thing." I was like, "Yeah, well, it's Area 51." Sometimes when things jumped out at me, I'd be like, "Back off, man! I'm a wrestler in training, but wrestler nonetheless." But that was a good laugh. I mean, it was so cheesy, but it was fun. There was one point where they called me out to do something interactive, but obviously they're speaking to me in Japanese, and I'm like, I'm not from around here. Sign of AEW if you ever go pro. That's the plan. But yeah, they called me over and like eventually they had to show me through gestures that they wanted me to pull back this curtain on like an alien autopsy. I was like, okay. So so san, ni, each, pull. I pull, and then an alien jumps out from around the corner. I was like, oh my gosh. That was I think the Japanese guests there like were finding it hilarious that this huge gaijin guy was screaming like a little girl at all the like jump scares and stuff. They were finding it hilarious, and we all had a good laugh and a good smile about it. So so that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Nicest voice actor I've ever met, Phil Lamar. Phil Lamar is one of the nicest people I've ever met. Very humble man. Was so honored when I said he was one. It was an honor to meet him. Phil Lamar, one of the nicest people I have ever met. One of the most genuinely nice people I've ever met. And I think Chibi Protector is saying the nicest one I've met. Can't mention here. I think she's hinting at Vic Mignogna because I've mentioned my desire to stay out of that whole controversy. I've met Vic Mignogna, and he was a lovely guy when I met him. I will say I met Vic Mignogna, and he was genuinely lovely. I also met Monica Rial, who was also genuinely lovely. This is why I refuse to take sides in that whole thing. But anyway, I didn't want to have to talk about the controversy. Was I say? Oh, and back to USJ. Because it was October, they were having like their Halloween celebration, like the Fright Night, if you will. They were having their monster parade. So like at about 7 o'clock at night, the lights went off in some of the streets, and then the monsters started coming out. There was like the zombies. There was like the Medusa demon things. There were these. Oh gosh, my double chin is horrible in this one, but there were like these evil robot things which you can't really see because of the brightness. But yeah, it was that was a great time. It was a great time. Like you'd be able to go up to them, like take pictures with them and stuff. But occasionally they'd run up to you like, rah! A couple of times they did that to me. I just looked at them like, "How you doing?" There was one point where there was even a guy who I think he was meant to be the devil, and he walked past me, and I just looked at him like, "How you doing?" So yeah, that was a good laugh. That was a good laugh. USJ, great time, great time. I see there's a conversation about voice actors going on in the chat, which is really cool. MCM London Comic Con coming up this weekend, which I'm looking forward to. I know. Is it wrong that I'm 27 and I'd go to the Sesame Street shops in USJ? Why not? Why not? It's fun. But anyway, MCM London Comic Con. I know Charles Martinet is going to be there, and I've booked in sessions to meet him, which is awesome. Voice of Super Mario. Now I'm torn about meeting Charles Martinet. I'm like, now do I ask him to sign one of my Mario games, like everybody's going to, or do I find something else he voice acted in to show I appreciate what he does? Like, do I have him sign my copy of Skyrim because he was the voice of Parthenax? So, that's a tough one, and I need to decide by this weekend. That's a tough one. Flip a coin, decide your fate. I was going to say, but yeah, he's someone I'm going to meet. Tara Strong is also going to be there. She's someone I've wanted to meet for a long time. I have heard mixed things about what she's like as a person, but I've been wanting to meet her for a long time. So she's someone I greatly admire. So I'm looking forward to meeting her. So yeah, Tara Strong. I mean, with her, I'm definitely going to ask her to sign my. I've met John St. John before. You lucky little. I'd love to meet John St. John. John St. John seems like the coolest dude. Well, you know, when he does his voice with Duke Nukem, you know, it's I may be mixed on Duke Nukem as a character, but like, but look, John St. John, you've met the voice of Big the Cat. Big the Cat, the sexiest Sonic character that ever was, at least according to Egan, because they say the only reason people like Sonic is because we all want to have sex with Big the Cat. I'm like, well, as sexy and all as Big the Cat is, I do genuinely enjoy those games. Anyway, gosh, that glare is really bad today. Hey, wake up, you drunkard. But anyway, no, going back to meeting Tara Strong, like I know what I'm going to ask her to sign, which is my copy of Final Fantasy X, because obviously she was the voice of Riku. I've already got it signed by James Arnold Taylor, who was the voice of Gobshite. I mean, Tidus. So, you know, to have a copy of Final Fantasy X signed by Riku and Tidus, that's going to be amazing. And if I could get it signed by Yuna's voice actress. I was gonna say, but yeah. So, and I know Brian DeChart and Amelia Rose Blair who are both in Detroit Become Human are going to be there. So you better believe I'm going there as CJ on the Friday. I'm gonna put the thing on and go as CJ and meet my fellow androids. I am CJ. I was designed to be KHF's butler. He is so egotistical, he ordered a custom android that looks exactly like him because I'm a cheapskate. Oh, sorry, my left leg went to sleep and now it's waking up. Oh, gosh, that's Gosh, I've been talking so much, I've barely finished my sandwich and we're nearly done. Oh. But maybe I'll go a bit longer this time because there has been a lot to talk about in this one, and I do have a new gingerbread animal to annihilate. So, but yeah, Japan was a lot of fun. Really looking forward to MCM. Is it another dinosaur? No, it's a completely different animal this time. Or a completely different species, I should say. No. Oh, crap, my leg. The Mars Attacks cosplayers made me laugh. Yeah, my dad loved that film. My dad, he really loved that film. That's why I had to, when I saw them, I had to get a picture of them. So it's just like, this one's for you, Dad. But yeah, no, fun times were had. Fun times are coming up. Not the least of which being that I only have to work for 2 days this week because I put the long weekend off because I'm. But your dad's your niece's guardian angel. He would have loved them. He would have loved those two so much. Of course, I tend to get blown off by people when I saw. I guess that means when I say I get a bad feeling about someone because they say I'm super disgusting. Well, that's not right. That is not right. Uh, but screw people. Let them think what they want. Screw people. Anyway, where was I going? Yeah, Japan was fun. Only worked 2 days this week because I took the long weekend off so I can go to MCM, and then I decided to take the next week off as well because I still had holiday to use. And next week is the week of my birthday, so I thought I was originally only going to take my birthday off, but then I thought, screw it, I'll take the whole week off. Take the whole week off so I can properly enjoy my birthday when I get to it. So, birthday week, hell yeah. No, I'm not one of those douchebags who does a birthday week, but I just happened to take the week of my birthday off because I have time off to use up, and I'm not going to be able to get any time off in December because they need all hands on deck because it's Christmas time. If you've worked in the service industry during Christmas, you know that it's hell on earth. But yeah, I'm not going to be able to get time off in December. Understandable because we need all hands on deck. But so I figured, you know what, I'll use this like last week off I have to put the week of my birthday off. By the way, I'm not the only one who sees a Meowth penis there, am I? The gigantiform kaiju Meowth. I'm not the only one who sees a Meowth dildo there, am I? Everyone else is saying long sack, and I'm just like, no, that is not long cat. That is not long cat. That is something that should not be in a kid's game. Oh, it's so wrong. Oh, and I don't know if you've noticed this dangling off my phone for the video, but believe it or not, it's actually very hard to find merchandise of darkness in Japan. There's a lot of Aqua. There's a lot of Megumin. There's even some of Kazuma, but there's not a lot of darkness. I'm like, I mean, I guess she'd get off on the fact that you're ignoring her, but still, but I got this little darkness phone charm because I thought, well, I'm kind of duty bound to at this point. How do we live in a timeline where that is in a Pokemon game? I do not know. I do not know. This is the world we live in. And apparently there's going to be like 16 gyms in Sword and Shield, and I'm just like, that's how we roll in Galar. We go bigger in Galar. They looted poor Alistair. They looted him. They looted everyone before the game even comes out. They've looted blinking everyone. You know what the internet's like with its Rule 34. It can't be stopped. Anyway, so the gingerbread animal I'm going to be murdering today. This is, and I'm not kidding about the name, this is Anna the Llama. Anna the Llama. Could have called her Liz the Llama, Lisa the Llama. Anything beginning with L. So many women's names beginning with L. You called her Anna the Llama. Because Anna Llama kind of works, but Anna the Llama. Having pizza for breakfast, that's a good breakfast. Well, not health-wise, but it's a nice breakfast. Right, Anna the Llama. It's even got a little love heart on. Oh, this is going to be the most evil thing I do. I literally bit her head off. Oh, not bad. And now I have made the gingerbread llamas extinct. How long we've hit the hour mark. That's flown by for me because obviously I've had so many stories to tell coming back from Japan. I guess I'll have to finish the llama up and start bringing things to a close. My cat sleeps on my mum's bed during a lot during the day. That's what cats do. They spend the majority of their lives asleep. They are the laziest animals on the planet. Well, except for maybe sloths, but you know what I mean. I'm sorry Lily wasn't in this one. I don't know where she is at the moment. Probably asleep in a bed or something. Cats live a simple life. They really, really do. They really do. I often envy Lily. I'm just like, you have got it so easy. Sometimes I forget I envy cats. I'd love to. I'd love to spend most of my life asleep. I was gonna say. As far as costumes go for the upcoming MCM, like I said, I'm probably going to do CJ on the Friday. Um, I'm not really sure. I think I'll just do Squall again. Like for the remainder of the weekend, I think I'll just do Squall again because the spiritual journey I've been on with Final Fantasy VIII, and people really like that costume. So yeah, I think I might just do Squall. This will be the first time I've gone as the same thing to both conventions in the same year. But yeah, I think I'll do Squall again in case for people who weren't at the May one. Just don't punch people in the penis balls, KHF. What? I want to cosplay Claire Redfield from the RE2 remake at some point. That'd be cool. Just have no money, neither do I. I'll do Squall, KHF 29. Do not turn it into a ship. Do not Yowify it. I meant it in the sense of I'll dress up as I meant it in the sense of I know who you are, boy, because you're me. I've lost my train of thought now completely. Yeah, one costume I do want to do to a future con because a friend who I go with, who is sadly not going to the next one, a friend who I know who I normally go with often goes as the Flash, and I think I've mentioned this in a previous live stream. He goes as the Flash, and I'd love to go as Ida from My Hero Academia, because then we could have the fastest American superhero and the fastest Japanese superhero together. And it's one I can wear my glasses for, so that will make a huge difference. Punch you right in your penis balls. Oh, yeah, I think I said that on Melis Delphine, didn't I? Should have heard some of the things I said on the Lost episode of that. Yes, this is the last episode of a Melis Delphine Let's Play that was never uploaded. Jimmy will remember that. The internet bloody remembers everything I found. The internet never forgets anything. That's why you gotta be careful of what you put online. The internet always remembers. The internet knows all. The internet remembers all. Or goes Team Rocket Grunt. That's a simple, easy one to do. Right. Right, so now that I've safely killed a gingerbread llama, I think it's time to bring things to an end. I think we'll wrap things up this week. I will try and do a live stream next week. It all depends how tired I am from MCM, but I will try and do one. No guarantees, but at least this time I'm admitting I'll be tired. But before we go, let's do it one last time. What time is it?
It's morphin' time.
Let's morphing! I still think that is seriously cool. Now, the American version does do this, but you need like these keys that you put into it, and it's like, I think it's voice activated. You have to say it's morphing time into it, which is also really cool. But you know, I just like that. That is so cool. Anyway, I will see everybody later. Thank you all for showing up. I'm really sorry about last week's stream. I truly am. I feel terrible about that. But yeah, I thank everybody for coming by. Hopefully I'll have some MCM stuff to post up soon. Hopefully I'll get back to video making in general. You know, it has been on my mind lately, and I'm starting to think, am I in a better place now? Can I go back to the video stuff? Well, we'll see. Anyway, I'll see everybody later.